Kevin Hincks, co-host of Fast Market Live at the CBOE, is joining me. Of course, we'll continue to take a look at some of these retail earnings because more are coming in. Target, of course, taking a lot of the news this morning. What are you watching?
Good morning, Nicole. Yeah, we're watching, the second half of earnings season focuses on retail, and that's what we're watching. We watched Home Depot yesterday, Target, Lowe's this morning going in opposite directions. We'll get TJX later. We'll get Walmart tomorrow morning. A lot of information we're getting from these retailers. And the bottom line is, just like everything in the world, Nicole, some people do it better than others. And what's happening in Amazon, what's happening in Walmart clearly is not happening in Target. The stock now trading about 94 and a quarter. Pre-market news that they're changing the CEO and admitting just a litany of failures along the last several years, Nicole. So, yeah, the problems for Target continue, as you see in the price of the stock.
Yeah, I mean, and they talk about slowing sales. Also, they had the deal with Ulta fall through. We're going to be going through a lot of these names, but just things haven't been going well for them. They've also been doing a lot of promotion and discounting, which hasn't helped the big picture overall. But it's such a different story for a name like TJ Maxx parent TJX, which boosts the full year outlook, talked about higher sales. So really a different story. How about we get to the world of housing? We had the MBA mortgage applications this morning. What do we think there?
A lot of housing data coming out this week, mortgage apps this morning, and this shows you, Nicole, after a big jump in refinances last week, just the slightest uptick in mortgage rates for 30-year, from 6.67 to 6.68, and the mortgage apps stall out. The composite down 1.4%, purchases up a tenth, that's good news, and refis down 3.1%. So the more information we get about interest rates and their relationship to the housing sector, the more you understand that the housing sector in general needs lower interest rates, Nicole.
Yeah, overall. And then, of course, we have the minutes out today, 2 p.m., so Eastern time, right? Coupled with all the Fed speak.
Yeah, ahead of Jerome Powell speaking on Friday, we're going to get FOMC minutes today. And I don't always know why they move the market, because they're stale data, but they always do as we dive into the minutes of the Fed. And this one will be significant because we had two dissenters, Michelle Bowman and Chris Waller, both dissented in the last meeting. We'll see if that changes any of the makeup of the Fed minutes. So, yeah, a little bit of interest in the Fed minutes. They come out 2 o'clock Eastern today, all leading up. And then, obviously, the Jackson Hole Symposium officially on their calendar starts tomorrow, but obviously people are getting there today and interviews are happening. So you should start getting some commentary out of there for the next couple days leading up to Jerome Powell's speech on Friday morning.
And then what happened to America's party for Elon Musk? Back to business, it seems.
What happened is what we thought would happen, right? Temperatures run hot, and J.D. Vance, the peacemaker, probably mends some fences with Elon Musk. Now it appears he's going to dissolve that idea for a third party. And not only that, get behind J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance has been a clear voice all along in the Trump administration. So I think there's been some fence mending and some big bro hugs over the last couple of weeks, and now it looks like some of the tensions between the Trump administration and Elon Musk are dying down, Nicole, as we probably thought they would.
Yeah, and look, I'm still watching all the chip names. This is the administration may take a stake in some of these names that received money from the CHIPS Act. It's a very interesting conversation, as well as Target and Lowe's and TJX and Snowflake, some of the names on my radar this morning. A final thought from you, Kevin?
When you look at, the final thought is we're trying to figure out where we go ahead of NVIDIA's earnings on the 27th. And we're kind of in that a little bit of lull here. We're getting some retail earnings. They're coming in mixed. Not bad, though, right? The U.S. consumer, retail sales data, Bank of America data, still showing a strong U.S. consumer. The whole CHIPS Act and the U.S. taking stakes in companies, that's a whole new chapter that the Trump administration is writing. They're not just going to give grants and loans that never get paid back and money to these companies. They're going to want to get paid for the risk the U.S. is putting in. I applaud it. I think it shouldn't just be free money given out to these companies, U.S. taking a stake in some of them. Interesting, different, but very interesting policy.
Would they have taken the money if they had known that they would have to give up a stake in equity? That's the question. It's a very interesting conversation. I know Lutnick is all over this as well, so we'll continue to talk about that. Kevin Hincks, great to see you there at the CBOE.